Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Faymonville. Infantry spawning on the right is CloudCore, with Wehrmacht going for breakthrough straight away. On the left hand side is Sticket with US forces, who's gone for special operations, starting out with double scouts into a 4x4. This is a Patreon back submitted game. I think CloudCore 130, Sticket 140. So pretty even matchup on rankings. So CloudCore going for something a little bit unusual. You don't see many kitten crowds, especially against US forces. Just, you know, usually US forces, at least previous patch, you would just get overrun. It's too much firepower early on from US forces, as the Wehrmacht players can't really defend it if you don't have every unit capable in combat, which is why you see double pyro starts. And here we go. It's kind of the worst case scenario for CloudCore on top of this, because there's a 4x4 on the field which can give this thing the run around as well. Not just riflemen that are going to beat you down whenever you run forwards. 4x4 can go for a bit of a chase, but Sticket not very active with it early on. Got to do a bit more. He doesn't have immediate fit 1 because he's not playing armored. So he does need to use this on combat all the time. He's not really following through on that. Let's bring it across now. But this thing, once it hits the field, should be just like go, 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 go. Especially, you know, with all these ultralight vehicles that have self-repair. Kind of want to get in there, do your damage with that first attack. Back out for self-repair, start the self-repair cooldown. So you're maximizing your value. So hopefully, you know, you can get another self-repair in before the enemy's proper sized light vehicles arrive. Like the 221 or Humber or whatever.
Grenadiers assembled.
You want to make sure you're getting them in early. But yeah, so far CloudCore doing an okay job. Has to spend some time repairing this up. Usually the US player able to convert this kind of start into a little bit more control. The double scout start. Sandbags on the cutoff paying off here for CloudCore. You do have to invest quite a lot of time to put these down these days, since you can't camp and build at the same time anymore. 4x4 backs out. MP40s pop for CloudCore. You basically never see these anymore. Does stop the riflemen from closing the distance. MG's coming in, but these guys are behind heavy cover. Might be able to disappear behind the tree line as well, so don't think that machine gun angle is going to work too well. And he's not really cutting too much off at this stage, though. This is doing some capping in the corner. The 4x4 is coming across to counter it again, and now these rifles jumping onto the fuel. Grenadiers off and away capping. But yeah, I imagine MP40s will probably get a buff at some stage. Sprinting into close quarters. Stick it now there. Fair enough. Like, I think there's a losing engagement for him against the MP40s at that range. Doesn't have anything nearby to support to force this away. Maybe if he had a 4x4 nearby, he still could have won that, but he did not. Keep that 4x4 though, that is assisting here. Getting some solid damage done. Very active though, CloudCore, swapping from side to side with the kitten, trying to stay away from the 4x4, finding opportunities to use it to capture. Staying, yeah, healthy and alive. I think so far Sticket Could have been chasing a bit better with the 4x4. There's a lot of units from Tier 1 for CloudCore, going for the officers' quarters from it now. So 3 Grenadiers, machine gun. Makes sense. 2 MP40 Greens as well. Don't have to upgrade all of them. You can, you know, just merge into the ones that are on the field. Yeah, I think if you're building this many units from Tier 1, generally makes sense to go for the training. 4x4 still not vet though. How close is it? Only halfway there, like, that's, yeah, 6 minutes in, this is quite slow. Just kind of highlights that the 4x4 hasn't been active enough so far. A lot of pressure here though, smoke in. MG getting forced back. SMG is going to come into action shortly. Oh, Sticket staying at a good range though, avoiding that. MP4 is coming into the rear. There's a double Faust. Only one's popping off. Retrieve the other squad. This MP40 kind of charging, I think, also looking for a Faust. These guys are still going in though. Don't know exactly what the cooldown is on their sprint. Don't know if they'll be able to get the kill here. We'll have to see. He's not chasing. He's going to give up, do some capping. I mean, the map control right now for CloudCore is tremendous. While the 4x4 has been occupied, Kitten's been capping up the top side. He's dominating map control, but the Greyhound's hitting the field at, you know, pre-8 minutes. Pretty sharp timing. He's gone for healing now, so he delayed his healing for this. So a bit of a power spike here for Sticket. Everything's going to be healed, and the Greyhound's coming out. I probably wouldn't be using the Scouter on this amount of health either. I'd retreat it, considering healing's coming online here shortly. Meanwhile, CloudCore is making use of that Vet 1 healing on all his stuff. And this is the end of the Kitten. Doesn't have the machine gun upgrade yet. It's gone for the skirts first. I think that's, you know, generally a mistake these days. After so much of the damage output of the Greyhound has been put on to the machine gun away from the main gun. I think you want to be upgrading that machine gun as quickly as possible. And getting one this early on, you wouldn't expect it to be needing the extra health. This quick of a timing, maybe if you're getting it close to 10 minutes, you might want to switch things around. So a T-gun for CloudCore. That's been Panzer Grenadier Company. It's a pretty solid hit. They're so clumped up on the cover. Look at this map control. Just absolutely dominating. And the 4x4 still not Vet 1. Otherwise, maybe could use it at this stage of the game to go do a bunch of capping as well. Still has 2 scouts though. Should be pretty well handled in the capture department. Stick it. Grenadier sprinting in, looking for the Faust. Oh, AT gun finds the angle. Faust over here. I think it will survive one more Faust. Oh no, it's light vehicle. Rear armor doesn't matter. Loses quite a lot of manpower, CloudCore, aiming for that. Not able to get it. Building a second AT gun now. The fact that he's building a second AT gun instead of like ticking up and going for a Stug means CloudCore probably going to go for tier 4, not just going for a Tiger stall.
We have lost control of a victory point.
I think in these situations, generally like the Stug gives you chasing power, maybe gives you a better chance of actually killing the Greyhound. There's the double AT guns. You know, you might get lucky, they might not back away quickly enough from them.
Anti-tank gun and crew are ready for orders.
It's maybe a little bit more defensive. Waiting for manpower though. A couple squads not coming out.
Deploy.
Fully reinforced.
I want a gun here.
The infantry are trying to kill us!
The enemy has taken our territory.
It's done, Commandant! They've opened fire!
Okay,
Fire
MP40's charging in here. Oh, got the first squad of SSFs heading in the field for Sticket though.
We are losing control of a sector.
Could be a situation to like merge into one of these squads, then run it forwards, leave the other one to do some back capping.
I'm in!
Oh, Greyhound takes another Faust out in this corner. The double AT guns are in hot pursuit.
The fucking enemy! We're dropping like flies here!
It's the canister rounds though. Reindeer's dropping fast.
Territory
Oof.
lost.
Give us a
And the AT guns back out.
Grenadiers are under fire! Fight
Canister rounds might have saved the day there.
I've seen the day,
Oh, Captain not watching. Could be a squad wipe. It's gonna be okay. Those MP40s just don't do that much damage. Maybe if you kept both squads in there,
Here they come! Take your britches, Kinder!
then would have been at risk losing that squad to the SSFs.
bring up that box. No.
Probably could have stayed in a little bit longer though.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Suppression kicks in, but it's not going to last too long with that smoke coming down. Sticket making use of that. Remember, it did get changed. I think it's free these days, but with a long cooldown.
You need us?
Just getting some utility out of it. I think I still kind of prefer the flares, but
Secured. Grenadiers,
certainly free smoke's pretty handy. And he does have double scouts for
Arctic
flares.
infantry are awaiting deployment.
Weapon team at the ready.
Rapid production protocols are in effect.
Rifleman sprinting around the corner of the machine gun. Did kind of reveal themselves going through the territory sector, but
no replacements. My lucky day.
okay, tier 4 is coming up for CloudCore out the back.
The enemy has claimed our territory for their own.
Probably doesn't have enough manpower right now to be able to
The enemy has cut
down
us
the
off.
mid bunker
We have territory out of supply.
before getting a tank. Otherwise, it would be a decent time for it if you're a bit more fuel starved. But CloudCore's map control has been very strong so far. Keep that casualty theory going. Just reduces the micro burden as well. You don't have to worry about running grenadiers together for healing, stuff like that.
Fucking support! We're losing men here!
Can use them more aggressively on the field, the healing activations, rather than trying to save them up. Now, bars are online now for Sticket, and this is a bit of a problem.
What needs to be done?
Territory secure!
This is where the MP40s will really tail off hard. He's around the corner. 4x4 gets out of there in time.
Victory point lost.
Makes use of both the captain's buff and the rifleman's sprint there to reposition.
Taking Panzer fire here!
Second squad of SSS for Sticket. Has he gone for... No, he doesn't have any training upgrades yet.
Men down!
Oh, CloudCore not
Grenadier
watching.
squad has been destroyed.
It's a lot of firepower there. Squad down.
Grenadiers!
I was forced to wait on the edge. Sticket really turning up the pressure here. I was expecting maybe Sticket to go for like a no tier 4 strat, maybe go for the Whizbang Corlin with a lot of support center upgrades to boost up these SSFs. And his rifleman now, he's
He's dead!
3 barred up rifles, can't forget about those.
We should spend our munitions at once.
4x4 can now capture as well, so that's
It's
another feather in Sticket's cap. Opening up some more options.
We have lost the sector.
And yeah, as you can see, the Greyhound giving the packs the run around. That's where the Stug comes in handy. A bit more mobile.
them out.
able to keep pace with the Greyhound a bit better. I mean, it's still not as fast as the Greyhound, but certainly a lot faster at rotating from side to side than an AT gun is, and a lot safer too.
Panzer IV is field ready.
Enemy armor has us in range.
But P4's on the field. Let's see what it can do. Sticket really only with bazookas at this stage. Doesn't even have grenades ticked yet. This P4 could do quite a lot of damage right now.
Victory point is under enemy control.
We're getting a pretty defensive mine up. I plant a few of them, in fact. Has quite a lot of munitions spare for them. Ooh, ran to the double AT guns back here, maybe. 4x4 is dead.
Command point should be assigned.
A bit ashamed to lose the 4x4, you know, upgrading with the radio and just like sitting it here-ish
Victory point lost.
can provide you with some really good intel on this map.
HQ
And
shall be
Sticket's
receiving
response to
medics.
this is going to be the Chaffee.
Grenadiers have completed the task.
We do not hold any victory
CloudCore
points.
not
We must
extending too
counterattack.
far though, doesn't have any support, so he's backing away.
Panzer IV crew on standby.
At the moment. These units are pretty defensively
Medics are
positioned.
standing by at headquarters.
A lucky day.
Should be making a beeline over here towards the Greyhound, but he's going to split. So he's tank to one side, AT guns to the other. Got two windows from that building, so it's actually not too bad. Allowing both the bazookas to fire. A little bit different to the COH3 variant.
They've opened fire.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
I was going to say this is a pretty good situation for the assault grenades, but I think the door for this building's here. Maybe CloudCore thought it was back here, but it's kind of in the middle. It did used to be on one side, right? But then they switched towards the middle. It used to be on this side. So the grenade assault onto the one exit. Generally a pretty good idea. See, you know, the scatter of the grenades mean enough damage will hit a small building like this, or if they jump out, they're going to get blasted by the grenades.
We are
It's a
losing
win-win.
ground. The enemy has the lead.
You got to throw them at the right spot. Second Chaffee for Sticket.
Territory is exposed. We must re-establish a connection.
This might be the first time the Chaffee's revealed itself.
Sector lost.
CloudCore knows what he's up against here. Sprinting in, trying to get a Faust off on it, maybe. Not quite able to do so.
The enemy remains stubborn. We are down to 300 points.
So these guys don't have a sweeper yet. Definitely should have one. There's an engineer on the field for Sticket. Could be running some mines and obviously want the faster repair times. Looks like two of the riflemen have the second bar upgraded. The P40 Greens are really tailing off. Even though they got that Vet 1 boost from the officers' quarters training. Oh, and there we go. Right as I was saying, talking about minesweepers. It's a mine in a very deep position. He's backed up by the double AT guns though. Should be alright. Whose mine is that?
The enemy has
Never
taken
tell.
a victory point.
Oh, there we go. Gets a Faust off a tiny bit too early though. Doesn't result in engine damage. So the Grenadier's going to survive though. Whose mine is this? Let's find out. It's CloudCore's. I just can't tell them apart. And they're hidden on the default zoom. Or max zoom out, I guess.
This should hold you for now.
P4 missing its first shot there. I'm guessing CloudCore maybe trying to stall up for another P4.
Alarm! All victory points are under enemy control.
Could be bringing it in now. And then maybe looking for armored skirts after that could be a good option to help avoid taking so many penetrating hits from the bazookas. Double chaffies though, they're rounding the corner. Sidearm is exposed. Ooh, this chaffee a little bit slow. Double AT guns are back there though, might have backfired if he did go in. That's where the raiding flares comes in handy. You gotta get that vision on your opponent's weaponry. Okay, he went for the Brumbeer, like that's also a fine choice. You know, it's obviously gonna own the infantry a lot better than the P4 will, but you know, it's definitely vulnerable to the chaffee train. Charging in here with the canister rounds active. Eventually pulling back. MG getting flanked. But yeah, I wonder if, you know, now the Brumbeer's been nerfed against vehicles a bit. Panzer IV's machine guns have been buffed. Does the Brumbeer have as strong of a role? I suppose it's definitely like more of a squad wiper. But the P4 would be able to fight back against the chaffies better. Has that got a new sound effect on it? Sounds quite a lot different. Okay, Sticket dropping in the anti-infantry loiter. CloudCore getting a little bit low on VPs, down to 192. Speaking of not having a sweeper, or maybe it's not showing right now. A couple mines here. A lot of mines. This could go wrong very quickly. So he's out of his base sector there by a little bit. It's loitered. SSF's waiting. Springing the ambush here. The bonus damage, big hits on the P4. Oh, the loiters just owning these units. They cannot get out of base. It's a great hit by the Brumbeer, but here come the chaffies. P4's there. The AT guns, though, might not have a very good angle with all the trees in the way. He's going to roll on through. So look. Okay, he does have super bazookas and grenades now on Sticket. CloudCore did go for base healing at some stage instead of the mid bunker. And oh, Sticket does have the sweepers coming up. He's clearing off all of these mines. Disaster for CloudCore. CloudCore has picked up a Stormtrooper recently. Coming in with a bit of a vet disadvantage. He popped breakthrough as well there for some fast capping on the edge. To relieve some of this VP pressure. Coming in, yeah, with a bit of a vet disadvantage against these SSFs. So let's see. Not too bad. At least neither of them are vet 2 yet. Did I see that? Oh, demolitions package. So yeah, he is just going for a lot of early stuff. Sticket. Do you go for advanced logistics? Never went for advanced logistics, though.
Pioneers standing by.
Unusual in this game. Probably would have got that quite some time ago with this kind of build. But yeah, the chaffee train might not be as effective as before, you know. It did get like a near pin nerf this patch.
Now get back in the fight.
That's enemy infantry! Keep them back!
So it's going to have to be sharp with the flanks. Make sure he gets onto the rear armor, not just the side. Nice bit of merging, but did interrupt the healing. I don't think it mattered too much. But that's still a thing. When you merge with the squad, the healing deactivates. It's a great shot from the Brumbeer over the tree line.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
This guy's sprinting around the corner. A grenade onto the machine gun, but what a hit from the Brombeer.
Rounds complete!
That's the kind of impact the P4 cannot have. Speaking of the P4, it's healthy again. Brombeer's just over here chopping through the squads. The Chaffies are still getting repaired. A bit of a close call on the MG. Throws a grenade here to try and swing the engagement. The Greedy is a Vet 3. Here goes their grenade volley. Tries to sprint, but it's already too late. P4 is pushing right the way up. The AT guns are nearby. They're camouflaged though, so they're moving slowly. A few more points draining from CloudCore though. It's well established in the middle, but Sticket does still have quite good capabilities fighting for the sides, just making sure he's out of range of these AT guns. It's still quite risky, you know, if the P4 comes out to deal with the Greyhound and he's away from the AT guns, the double Chaffies can knock him out.
Infantry are ready to initiate breakthrough operation.
But I will say, you know, Sticket's build, he is quite well equipped to deal with infantry. He's got the anti-infantry loader, but he doesn't have the marked vehicle. And you might want the marked vehicle if you're trying to use Chaffies and bazookas against big boy tanks like the Tiger and the Brombeer. And maybe you know you can rely on your SSFs and riflemen to get the anti-infantry job done.
Good supplies. Good
Good
hunting.
phosphorus in there. Oh boy, the double AT guns are right here for these Chaffies, but one of them misses. A lot of bleed coming onto Sticket here all of a sudden. '80 plays 83. Ooh. CloudCore's resources. Okay, he's got skirts. I was going to say where they've been going. Skirts are online now. Coming out this way with the sweepers, both players. Double checking for mines. Definitely the camouflage is slowing the rotation down on these AT guns. I mean, you know, you're going to get a nice ambush bonus on them whenever they do shoot, but sometimes the slow rotation is just not worth it. Get revealed here by the flares though, and Sticket easily just driving over to avoid them. Oh, but here we go. He's left his Greyhound in danger zone. But CloudCore going for the VP first. Going for the Faust. Brombeer rolling through the middle. Here come the Chaffies, but they're already low. Maybe getting their vision obstructed by the smoke. The T-gun's spinning around here. Snare out. Not enough for engine damage. One Chaffee down. Bazookas need to be getting in here. Oh, I think they were shooting at the machine gun, not at the Brombeer. Now this one's getting suppressed with the smoke wearing off. Not the cleanest execution of that attack from Sticket. I think I probably wouldn't have bothered attacking there. Just with the Chaffee on half health already. And definitely went pear-shaped for him. Oh, and even worse, the Greyhound got snared even after all of that. P4 is quite far back though. Doesn't look like it's going to chase. Hold on, he went for production? He's gone for tank depot. Really? Did he cancel it? Maybe he cancelled it. I thought this was a call-in situation. Maybe he clicked the wrong button? I mean, I've done it before. Many times. Well, that puts Sticket in a real bind. That whiz-bang would really tear these AT guns to shreds. And I think maybe that's one more reason why you might be better served going for the marked vehicle over the loiter. Now that the whiz-bang's so good, maybe you don't need the extra firepower from that loiter. Second P4 on the field for CloudCore. He's pretty much got a POCAP limit worth of army together now, so he's really turning up the pressure. Sticket falling behind down to 66. Fielding himself an AT gun now. It's a lot of damage all of a sudden. Oh, the Brombeer shots though. Here come the P4s. Good volley for them from camouflage. Don't drop any models. That's what you want to see if you stick it. You know, he's got survival training on them, so they've got the extra health. But he never went for logistics. Logistics is pretty much what you always want first when it comes to those infantry upgrades. You know, the extra health might help your SSF survive against a Brombeer shot a little bit better, so if you've got 2 or 3 of them and you're fighting against a big boy tank, sure. Logistics, the manpower reduction, want that to pay off over the course of the game, and it does give you like experience, right? From the casualty cleared models, something like that. Somehow on the exiting door, they managed to avoid most of the grenade damage there. I think there's like a split second, maybe 1/8 of a tick, where you're kind of in the doorway and your squad's invulnerable. Might have been what we saw there on the scout, or a couple of the scout models. Dodging some of those grenades. Jeffy's advancing, but the P4s are here. So is the AT gun. Zuka's coming in as well, but there's a big Brombeer hit. P4 low.
Received. Enemy is down to 200 points.
They're just blasting away. CloudCore still under pressure on the VPs, 111, but he's got 2 of them under control. This Grenadier's holding out for quite some time. Stormtrooper covering the middle. Sticket's getting some damage done on these tanks, but he's not killing them. And they are farming some vet. Getting a lot of kills. He's got double pies for repairs as well. Could be a spot for a repair bunker for CloudCore. And now there's pretty much his population limit. We can find some spare time with these pies. Could chuck one down here maybe. Make it even easier to repair in the future.
We've been spotted.
CloudCore doesn't have a super surplus of munitions, so might not want to pop the phosphorus shells on the MG here. If he had like 200, I'd probably just let it rip, but at 60, he's got to be a bit more careful. Might not have Fausting munis if he isn't careful. Phosphorus out. Sweepers out as well. I'm going to run back to base with this one.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
Engaging enemy. Hunter 4 is engaged.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point. Infantry are ready to initiate breakthrough operations.
Greyhound's heading up to the top now. The squad's healing, but they're not going to be able to last there for too long. Jeffy looking for some side hits. Oh, that SSF is lucky to escape. The T-gun's there, but the Grenadiers are surging forwards with their sprint. The T-gun has to back away. There's nothing to stop this right now. Everything's back at base healing. Close call again for Sticket, surviving with that engineer. Oh. Oh boy, a bit of a change in pathway there for the Greyhound. That could be the end of it. P4 is able to keep pace and kill it. If it just kept going this way, it would have been fine, but they had a sideways turn, and that was the end of it. And with that, Sticket's control of the edge of the map is going to diminish greatly.
Grab this weapon. Keep fighting.
Smoke out is a decent idea.
Our brave infantry has been killed.
Grenadiers wiped over here as well.
Point lost.
CloudCore letting one slip there. Chaffee trying to make a move on the Brumbeer, maybe. Sticket losing some patience. And he's losing his Greyhounds. Oh, but might get a P4. Not quite. He's got the AP rounds going on the AT gun. Gets the Brumbeer, okay.
Our bomb bear is out of contact.
Well, Sticket's got to be reasonably happy with that, I guess. Making that trade, Brumbeer for a Chaffee in the end, and nearly got with the P4 as well.
That's enemy infantry. Keep them back.
Good use of the APM on that anti-tank gun.
Grenadiers under fire. Shooting at us.
Weapon crews taking losses!
Really good artillery hits there.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Really battling hard over the VPs, both players. CloudCore though under a bit more pressure. Bit slow rebuilding his Brumbeer. Maybe he's going to go for the Tiger instead. So did lose a Grenadier as well to free up a bit more population space.
Get to ground.
Did briefly see Sticket building a Hellcat, but he switched over to a Sherman. Grenadier goes down. Was there a bit of friendly fire there from one of the P4 shots? Kind of looked like it. Stormtrooper covering the top. CloudCore very conservative through the middle with the P4s though. Could consider going for like a cheeky tank ride with this P4. Coming across here, doing a capture maneuver if there was something over there guarding it.
Press the attack!
Combo with the P4 and the squad should be able to handle it. And now that the Chaffee's dead, there's not that much of a threat. It could be recovered from as long as the AT gun's not there, which you would expect it to stay in the middle for Sticket. Pops the AP rounds again, MG getting decrewed, but
Do not let it fall into enemy hands.
SSF nearly going down. Here comes the Sherman. Double AT guns are right here though. Spun this around. I don't think he's got
We have
vision.
75 points remaining.
They're ready to go. And that is the Tiger, and this is going to be very hard for Sticket. Just imagining how much more manpower he had right now if he went for the reinforcement cost discounts earlier. He's really going to want it up against the Tiger. Shot though, connects with the wall. Sherman's up to vet 1 already.
We're dropping like flies here.
He's been fighting near the captain. The captain's vet 3, so he's got that big XP boost.
We have lost control of a victory point.
That's a good volley of attacks there from Sticket, but next shot from the Tiger, that could be the end of the SSF, so he gets out of there just in time. Tiger probably needs to chase after the first shot, rather than just sitting there. Here we go. The Tiger's coming up on the AT gun. And this is where you really wish you had marked target now instead of the anti-infantry loiter. And the Tiger's on the field. Extremely hard to deal with the Tiger without it. Same story with the flares. You know, you can pop up the flares, get some long range hits in with your AT guns. Not happening here for Sticket. Feeling the consequences of his early selections. It's a nice little shot on there with the AT gun though. SSFs have kind of just been left on bazooka mode though. Here comes the Tiger. Oh, might have been attacked round through the tree line there. CloudCore is struggling a little bit to get this P4 repaired right now. Camouflaged AT gun coming in clutch there though. Got a P4 just guarding this top VP at the moment. Letting the Tiger do its business in the middle of the map. Sticket also doesn't have mark on his captain, remember, he's got the artillery. So it just makes it so hard to deal with the Tiger when you've got neither of those options. Definitely seen a lot more activation of mark on both the captain and on this battle group. I think you can even stack them as well.
Breakthrough tactics activated. Territory capture is
That can
prioritized.
really melt a Tiger. I think that's what Havoc does. Oh, no dodge from the Stormtrooper.
Victory point is under enemy control.
They have to retreat from the rifle. But a Hellcat on the field for Sticket. CloudCore still has quite a lot larger of an army. Maybe he can bait CloudCore into a bad position. Could see the P4 getting itself into some trouble here. Tiger just hits for so much damage, even on an elite like the Commandos with the extra health. And blasted down to almost nothing with one shot. Tiger getting very low though. Same story with one of the P4s. Sherman's getting in some major trouble though against the double AT guns. It's dead. Hellcat's rolling up. Squad's not going to be getting involved with the Faust. We're back into camouflage mode. They need to be like running up here to guard just in case these were going to get pushed by the Hellcat. So they're pulling back to heal instead though.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Here comes the Hellcat. And the SSFs with the super bazookas landing some big hits, and the AT guns are too far away. Super winning this quite handily. Drops the Willy Pete. AT guns though getting caught in front of the SSFs. They're on bazookas though. They switch over to LMGs now. It's one thing you got to be sharp about. Now that there's like a decently long cooldown on the weapon switch. When you're like coming out from base, usually I swap them over to LMG mode before I bring them out. And that way you can always just like, you know, if you run into a tank, you can instant switch to a bazooka. But then if they're already in bazooka mode, you want to switch to infantry, then the opponent brings up their tank. Well, then you have to wait for the cooldown, and usually doesn't go well in the meantime. Ooh.
Grenadiers have been mustered for battle.
Before nearly getting the squad wipe, the Tiger's advancing. Second Hellcat for Sticket. He's so far behind on population still though. Has avoided his SSFs getting wiped though. That's a big thing. It's quite easy to lose them in front of the Tiger, but maybe that's where the survival training has been coming in. They do have 5 extra health this patch as well. 15 more health total. Maybe saving them. Sticket. Gotta make sure he doesn't lose patience here. Needs to wait until he's got everything healthy, everything together to make his attack. Second Hellcat wasn't ready yet. And he's losing on the edge right now. He doesn't have a Sherman to control the edge. Makes these fights for the corner a lot more difficult for Sticket.
Breakthrough tactics activated. Territory capture is prioritized.
And the triple cap's about to be cooking. He's popped breakthrough on CloudCore to really cap up the map that much faster.
We've captured the territory, Commandant. What now? You have orders?
Okay, he's getting the Hellcats together. Looks like he's going to try come in for a flank from this side, perhaps. He's got a lot of munitions on Sticket.
Finished our order.
Haven't seen him use the smoke for a while now. He's ready to go. SSF's heading up to the top. So the Hellcats, they're here as well. Stormtrooper have eyes on them. Pyro's jumping in. Stormtrooper though, pop their Vet 1. Combining up with the Pyros, they get the kill.
They cannot withstand us. They are down to only
CloudCore
25
just
points.
running down the VP clock here with the triple cap. And I think that's going to be it. It's capping down here, but it's not going to be enough.
We must take the last 10 points.
Here comes the Hellcat
The
now.
enemy has taken a victory point.
And throws in the towel. Stick it. Fair enough. Drops the loiter now, but too little, too late. CloudCore takes the win. So yeah, I think overall the MP40 Greens, you know, they got the sprint, but their performance just isn't that powerful, you know. I think they somehow avoided getting buffed again in the 2.0 patch. Still haven't been buffed after the TTK changes. What was that, 1.7? 3 major patches somehow haven't been buffed. Sprint's definitely handy, yo. Being able to sprint into Faust gives you a lot more game against the Greyhound. Maybe that helps, you know, the double pack style work better when you've got sprint into Faust compared to, you know, ticking up and going for the strip. So it does facilitate CloudCore's build in that department, but just, you know, maybe not the best in terms of anti-infantry for what you're doing. But yeah, maybe CloudCore could consider going for a mid bunker instead of base healing. A little bit more manpower up front, but pat itself off in a long game like this with all the casualty clearing. It'll do. But yeah, other than that, it was alright. Maybe a little bit late getting the sweepers. And maybe too much camouflage AT gun usage, slowing down the rotations. Yeah, I barely ever use the Vet 1 on the AT guns just because I don't want to have to think about that. I don't want to have to think about disengaging it for starting my rotation. Just like one extra button click that I don't want to have to think about. So I don't use it very often myself, just because of that. But, you know, the ambush bonus is pretty good. You can work it into your game, that's fine, but yeah. I'm trying to save my brain power personally at the moment. As for Sticket, yeah, I mean, I think we saw the problem. You know, he kind of invested into a lot of early game stuff, the smoke, the P47 anti-infantry. And then in the late game, it came back to bite him. Didn't have the raiding flares to spot the AT guns. Didn't have the marked vehicle to help deal with the Brumbear and Tiger. And that just made things a lot harder for him. A little bit surprised we didn't see a whiz-bang, though, to counter CloudCore's like double AT guns and machine guns and whatnot. I think would be pretty effective. We saw how good it was in the 4v4s. Whiz-bang's definitely one to aim for in this current patch. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like a game we cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.